notes, but I talk to myself. That's my creative process. I walk around and talk to myself and get it in my mind, and then that's how I deliver it. So as I was outside panicking, walking around, pacing, creating a new set to go do, Nick came in and probably just thought I was some crazy nigga outside talking to myself. But when I went up and did my set, I killed. And when I came off, he said, "Hey man, did you just outside making that shit up?" I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Man, I'm around some of the best in the game. They can't do what you just did. Keep working."
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gonna talk.
Different, man. Like you been on everything from Wildin' Out, you know, BET. You on TV a lot now. How was it when you first seen yourself on TV and just coming into that whole realm?
Man, I was nervous because Wildin' Out, you might not see yourself.
That's what Carlos said.
Yeah, you might not see yourself. Like Corey Holcomb, salute to the OG Corey, man. Corey Holcomb was the veteran when I was a rookie. And he was somebody, you know, they do these things called workshops when we do Wildin' Out, where they bring you in like a week before we shoot and they workshop the games, because we always coming up with new games and getting people familiar. And the first day of workshops, Corey Holcomb walked in and it was just like, I was like, oh shit, that's Corey, because I'm a fan, you know what I mean? I was a fan, but now like he's a peer. I'm in the same space. I'm like, man, I got to go with him.
Yeah.
Like this the person, this my gauge. I got to make him laugh. And I went in him at the Wild Style and I lost. I can't even remember what he said to me, but it was hilarious. But afterwards, he pulled me to the side and gave me the best advice, especially in the space of Wildin' Out, that I've ever gotten. He said, man, hey, man, I can tell you got something. I can tell you special. Find you something to do in this motherfucker, or else you're going to be one of them niggas they see at the beginning clapping, and they ain't gonna never see you again.
Wow.
So that first episode, like our first season, we came in season 5. It's only 4 people left from that season, my original season, that's still on the show. Myself, Carlos, Emmanuel, and Conceited. It's only 4 of us.
When you say Carlos, man, Carlos be always, I asked him last time about Nick Cannon, how much of y'all learned from him. I know I get a good answer from you, but he shut me down in here. What's one thing that Nick Cannon have advised you on that sticks out to you?
What make you think Nick be giving me advice?
No, because it's a friend. If it's a friend and y'all
Who told you we was friends?
You ain't like the nigga?
I didn't say anything.
Damn.
Nick, did I say
it's
that?
on Boss Talk. You know I'm gonna put them pictures side by side.
What make you
said
what
this?
make you think that Nick would give me some advice?
Because you and this nigga done did so much together on
What
Wildin'
we
Out.
done?
On Wildin' Out, y'all, that's a movement, man. So
What have we done that made you think that
y'all never been in the room like if me and you was together there, I'm like, man, you know, his was totally different. But what did you from that show and Nick Cannon, just what some jewels that he done gave you that you can, you know, grow to live by, or say, man, I can do something with this?
See, you a messy ass nigga. You knew not to ass loast that shit. You did that. Yes, you did, nigga. Yes, you did. No, y'all married. Y'all discussed this before I came.
I didn't know. I don't watch it. So
you don't watch it. That's even more disrespectful, nigga.
That was then. Now I went back and watched it.
Oh, okay. All right.
I became a fan after that. I was like,
he did
damn.
not know about
it tripped me out. I'm like, nigga, really? Like,
yeah, man. But that's out of love, man. Them niggas love each other, man. They just got the same type of personality in a lot of ways, and I think that's what causes a lot of the back and forth that they do. But for me, you know, I met Nick prior to getting on the show.
Okay.
My homegirl Dolly was his assistant, you know what I mean, at the time, and he was doing a show called The Fresh Faces of Comedy.
Okay.
And myself and my guy B-Dot, who I was speaking about, she invited us and he invited us up to do this Fresh Faces of Comedy show. So this was like 2 years before Wildin' Out came back. It was like 2010. And I went up and it was at Gotham Comedy Club. And this was my first time. I'd only been doing comedy for 2 years. And I was, you know, wasn't really doing it. I was just doing it whenever I could do it. And so this was the biggest show that I had ever done up until that point. And when I went in the comedy club, the dude who owned the club was like, yeah, you can't talk about this. You can't say the N-word. We're going to see if you're really funny. Now, at that time, that's what I thought I needed to do. Mm-hmm. So my creative process is a little different. I don't write stuff down. Like, I'll jot down ideas in my notes, but I talk to myself. That's my creative process. I walk around and talk to myself and get it in my mind, and then that's how I deliver it. So as I was outside panicking, walking around, pacing, creating a new set to go do, Nick came in and probably just thought I was some crazy nigga outside talking to myself. But when I went up and did my set, I killed. And when I came off, he said, hey man, did you just outside making that shit up? I was like, yeah. He said, man, I'm around some of the best in the game. They can't do what you just did. Keep working. So the very next day, he invited me out to come to Six Flags with him. Now, mind you, at this time, I'm just a fly on the wall for real. I'm nobody in the sense of, you know, who I'm with, especially because Nick, that's the thing about Nick. Nick done been famous since the 90s damn near. So I'm just watching, I'm observing, you know what I mean? And at this point, this was the highest level of fame I had ever been that close to. So I'm just observing what it looks like to be at that level of fame and just watching how he moved. I remember we go to get on the roller coaster and people was going crazy. They hanging over the rails. The lady on the little thing that you announced that the roller coaster taking off, don't hang over the rails, please. And I'm just looking like, man, could I live like this?
Wow.
Is this the way that I want my life to be? Because if I become successful, this is what it'll look like. And at that point I was like, yeah, I can deal with it. So just watching him operate in his element is one of the biggest jewels that I've gotten, seeing how he conducted himself in a space that I had no familiarity with. Like, I didn't know anything about this type of lifestyle. I knew I'd seen it from the outside, but this was the closest that I had been to it. But seeing how he conducted himself in that space gave me one of the biggest jewels of how to conduct myself at this time where we've gotten to the point where it can be pandemonium when I show up somewhere.
Well, is it the same like now? I know you guys have grown over the years. Do you guys still have a relationship now where y'all may talk or go somewhere together, or is it just?
No, I mean, you know, we busy, you know what I'm saying? So, but if we ever in the same place, or if I ever reached out, yeah, you know what I mean, he'll pick up the phone and holler at me, you know, and if he don't pick up the phone, he'll call me back. And that's with all of us, you know what I'm saying?
With everybody.
That's with all of us, and that's why I commend him, because he doesn't have to do that. The thing that I give Nick the most credit for, of all the things that he has done for everybody, is the fact that most people who are in his position put you on, but then they put you on and stand back and watch what you do.
See what you do with it.
They don't stand beside you and let you utilize the fame that he's built to build yours.
Yeah.
That's something that Nick did. Like, from the time that we got on that show,
we gon' do that dance, do that dance. Kevin Hart came to the show dressed in church pants.
His life has always been a linchpin for what the show is about, no matter what stage he's in. And now everybody talking about how many kids he got. Back in the day, it was Mariah. When he started wearing the turbans, it was that. Whatever it was, he allowed us to build our fame off of what he had going on, to now when we show up, people are talking about Chico Bean in the same way that they talk about Nick Cannon. Oh, like, I couldn't wait to get here to talk about your braids, or, you know, I couldn't wait to get here to see you and Carlos go old school. So I understand that we were nobodies when we came. He was already who he was. So for him not to just say wildin' out, Nick Cannon presents, and then just present us and let us figure it out and stand beside us the entire time, that's something that you don't see most people do.
When they were going to close the show, when they did stop the show, they kind of stopped everything, and you guys were loyal to the point. How did y'all come back together when it was time to start back up again?
I mean, it's a family environment, you know what I mean? It's like, it's comedy camp for us. You know, it's like we get to go to camp, because it's only 3 weeks out of the year, you know what I mean, that we do this, however many times we do it. You go in for 3 weeks, and after that you go back to doing whatever you was doing.
Out of the whole year?
Out of the whole year, yeah. It's only, I mean, if we shoot twice, it'll be 6 weeks. But that's the only time that we see each other in close proximity like that. So it was easy to come. We were excited to be back, you know, doing it. And then it was during the pandemic, so we were really like, you know, excited about being able to see how we can make this thing work in an environment that nobody was familiar with. And it was right after my mother passed away, so it was, you know, just a different environment completely. But, you know, we built that together, you know what I'm saying? And Nick always gives us credit for what we've done publicly, especially. He always gives us credit for the work that we've put in to make the show what it is, you know what I'm saying? And you know, a lot of the politics don't come from him. You know, a lot of that, if it was him, then the show wouldn't have never got stopped. There's a lot of corporate shit that goes on that a lot of people don't see, that behind the scenes. And a lot of people, that 3 weeks, that's their whole year. So they're going to do everything that they can to be as profound as possible in their job, which can include making yours difficult, just to make sure that they keep theirs when they come back, you know what I mean, if we come back. So I just think that a lot of the, you know, the shit that you see in front of the camera is because of the family element, because without that, we wouldn't be able to make that magic happen like we had if we didn't love it the way that we do.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gonna talk.